dans son soutien à Macky Sall.
The citizens' movement called Yanamar, French for We're Fed Up, is on the same wavelength. Adamantly against the candidacy of Abdoulaye Wade, the movement has launched a new plan to get rid of the incumbent president's regime. Now, in the context we are in today, we have to go vote massively for Macky Sall to block Abdoulaye Wade. In the opposite camp, discretion is the key word in chasing after votes in the second round. The Coalition of Allied Forces 2012 is planning to mobilize the undecided voters in their camp, but the strategy has yet to be unveiled. We will speak with everyone who thinks they can contribute to us in these elections.
Nous apporter quelque chose dans ces élections, avec toute humilité.
In all humility, I believe we have something to do for this country, and I think Senegal will follow us. The June 23 movement, meanwhile, is calling for a rally on Saturday to express support for Macky Sall and pay tribute to the victims of police repression during the election period. The M23 hopes to convince first-round candidates who have not yet voiced their backing for one of the two finalists.
Meanwhile, 48 million Iranians turned up on Friday to cast their ballots in a legislative election testing the popularity of the clerical regime. Analysts say Friday's poll pit supporters of the Guardian Council, which is controlled by Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, against supporters of President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. This report takes a closer look at why young Iranians responded to the Supreme Leader's call for a massive turnout.
Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was among the first to cast his vote in the parliamentary elections which opened on Friday. Voters are choosing the 290 members of the Majlis in a poll that is expected to test the popularity of the clerical regime. My advice to Iranians is the same as it has always been. I believe that voting is not only our duty, but a right that belongs to all of us. It is a right that every Iranian should exercise. The poll is the first since the contested 2009 presidential election, and it pits supporters of the Guardian Council, controlled by the Ayatollah Khamenei, against those of President Ahmadinejad, whose relationship with the Ayatollah has been strained in recent months. The opposition Green movement, whose leaders have been under house arrest since February of last year, has boycotted the vote. Estimates are that less than 60% of 48 million eligible voters are taking part.
This is Iran and I am Iranian. My country's future is very important to me. I see it as my duty to be here. Not only me, but every Iranian should care about the future of our country.
There are rumors that some of President Ahmadinejad's supporters are urging people not to vote. Several of their candidates, they say, were barred from running. The breach between the president and the supreme leader opened in April when Ayatollah Khamenei overruled a decision by President Ahmadinejad to fire one of his ministers, a move that so infuriated the president that he apparently refused to attend government meetings for 11 days. Whatever the outcome, it seems unlikely to change the country's position concerning its controversial nuclear program.
Well, time now to take another break. When we come back, we'll take a look at sports. Stay tuned then. Welcome back. The stage is now set for the first ever string of bouts between Gambian and Senegalese wrestlers. The two countries are no strangers to wrestling, which is more or less a traditional sport, but the combat style, which is more popular in Senegal, is a novelty in the Gambia. The ministers of youth and sports and tourism and culture, as well as representatives of the organizing bodies, Thursday briefed the media on the state of preparedness. Modu S. Jallo was there, and this is his report.
Long history of Gambian wrestling, the popular box wrestling called Boredur is coming to the Smiling Coast. The maiden edition of this sub-regional wrestling championship, scheduled for this Sunday, will pit Gambian wrestlers against Senegalese wrestlers. They will fight and wrestle for the flag named after His Excellency, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Yahya A. J.J. Jammeh. With just under 48 hours to go, the much talked about weekend showdown is drawing ever closer. The hype surrounding the build-up is electrifying as the country's many wrestling enthusiasts can't wait to be part of the historic event. The organizers are working round the clock to make the event a one-off by putting the finishing touches to the grand combat.
With Ablo Promotion and the New Century and the block, we said nothing is difficult. We think we can do it. Although there are obstacles on the way, but today, with the support of the ministries, I think the day have been realized, and we are coming to have this event on the 4th of March, which the flag is named by the President, Professor Alhaji Ejiji Jammeh, who is one of our #1 promoter of wrestling in the Gambia.
The Minister of Tourism and Culture, who has been very instrumental in supporting the organizers, said preparations are in full swing, and come Sunday, Gambians will witness something they have not seen before, and it is going to be the fight of the year.
Wrestling is a popular traditional sport that was in the heart of community entertainment some years back, and social interactions that galvanize communities and foster peace, understanding, and unity. It basically brought people together. Wrestling nurtures the values of peace and unity in society and in a country in particular. Therefore, the revitalization of our best traditional sport in the Gambia by Apollo and New Century deserve commendation, and I believe that it is very timely.
Her comments were similar to those of her counterpart from the Youth and Sports Ministry, who commended the organizers for taking the bold step to promote and professionalize Gambian wrestling, something Minister Jammeh believes is in line with his ministry's effort to re-energize wrestling.
You see, government, we keep saying, alone does not have the resources. We need people out there to complement government efforts. You know, and you as private individuals coming from the Federation of Wrestling, the promoters, you know, the block, the New Century, it's definitely complementing government efforts in this regard. You know, I hope and pray that others out there will do the same in the other sporting, you know, activities. That you'll have the urge, the desire, thoughts in you to come out and complement government efforts.
The organizers seized the opportunity to once again urge the general public to come out and fill the Independence Stadium and cheer the Gambian wrestlers, whom they are confident can beat the Senegalese wrestlers. They also conveyed a special thanks to President Jammeh for accepting the flag.
We are appealing to all the Gambians to come out in their numbers to support Abulo Promotion, New Century, and Block, and to also contribute in the development and the advancement of wrestling in the Gambia, and to also witness the presentation of Drapo, His Excellency the President, Sheikh Professor Dr. Alhaji Ejiji Jammeh, hopefully to our Gambian wrestlers.
And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the President, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Dr. Alhaji Jammeh for accepting the flag, because he's busy. He's got a lot of responsibilities. But when he wrote back and accepted, approved the flag and accepted it. That by itself tells a lot about him, about how he loves culture and about how he loves sport. So we'll like to thank him for that.
Well, Sunday is D-Day, and the Senegalese team will be arriving in the Gambia on Friday evening under the leadership of Zos, one of Senegal's popular wrestling stars. The biggest fight of the day is between Gine Mori of the Gambia and Zos of Senegal. Zos, in the build-up to the fight, said he is coming to win the President Jammeh flag, but Gine Mori said that is impossible. He is going to beat Zos and take the flag back to President Jammeh at the State House. The big question is, who is going to win the fight? If you want an answer, the place to be is at the Independence Stadium on Sunday at 4 p.m. Momodes Jallo, GRTS.
Well, good luck, Abulo and Co. And Shinemori, yes, I'm sure you will get us the flag. And before we go, reminder of our headlines. The leader of the ruling alliance for patriotic reorientation and construction and top party officials today held discussions bordering on the forthcoming legislative election. Authorities in the education sector have resorted to the participatory performance monitoring strategy in their quest to ensure quality and standards. Two leading Senegalese opposition political parties have thrown their weight behind President hopeful Macky Sall as they intend political trading ahead of the